Hi, this is Everett, Everett's Watercolors. Welcome to my studio. Today I do another demonstration watercolor painting. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to do a deep woods painting with a couple, maybe some figures, but a lot of trees and a nice light background with the sun coming through the tree line. So I think I've always enjoyed this type of painting. So let's go to my painting table and let's get started. Let's see overhead. Here we go. Okay, here's a couple reference photographs. I got the nice wood line there with a trail going in the background, trees with light coming through the tree line coming from the back. So it's backlit with the trees in the foreground. And then here's another one just to give me some inspiration. It's really dramatic with the dark, so we'll see how dark I want to go to give me that bright color in the inside. So a couple reference photographs to start with. Okay. Uh, Okay, I did a quick sketch on my watercolor paper. This is a quarter sheet of Gemini watercolor paper. It measures 15 inches long and 12 inches wide. Okay, Gemini watercolor paper, 140 pound, cold press. Over here I got my painting palette when I've got it lined up with my simple colors: yellow ochre, burnt sienna, ultramarine blue, lemon yellow, and I got a little bit of Payne's gray and a little Listen Crimson. Just the basic colors that I want to get started here. And I'm going to be using the Hake brushes today, large brushes, to get a nice big color started here. Oh, okay, so first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to wet the paper. And what I want to do is also, I'm going to prop up, use this little piece of 2x4. I'm going to get my painting board at a slant so that the colors will run down nicely. So get nice and wet. So I'm going to do a little wet on wet here this morning. Using the large Hake. The Hake brush, this is about 3 inches wide. And I got them on my website, everestwatercolors.com. These are silver brush Hake brushes. Okay, what I'll do here is pick up that extra water on the edge a little bit, keep it off the paper. And you can see it, you can see the shine on the paper. I got it nice and wet. Okay, so I'm going to go in now. I'm going to start putting in some color. So I'm going to start out with a little bit of yellow ochre. Nice light color going through the trees. Maybe a little bit of lemon yellow, just to give it a little touch. Then I'll pick up a little bit of Listen Crimson, just a little bit of red. I put a little bit, I got some ultramarine blue here. Give a little shadows here on the side. Let's start with a little background color, a nice light color to get started. Get rid of that white paper, cover it with a multitude of colors. Okay, so let that dry. I'm going to put my dryer on. This is my Ranger craft tool. I'll just dry it up a little bit here before we add any more color to it. I got a nice colorful background. Lots of warm and cool mixed together, but mostly warm color right now. I want to get that nice bright sunshine coming through the tree line. So I'm gonna dry the paper, but I'm gonna leave it just a little bit damp. Doesn't have to be perfectly dry, but get most of the moisture off of there. Now I'm gonna use my clips here to spread out. Once you wet the paper, it's gonna spread or stretch a little bit. So I'm gonna straighten that out a little bit. Uh, so the wet paper stretches when it gets wet, and then you bring it back. Okay, now so we got it ready to go. Okay, so now I'm going to take my rigger brush. This is the number 4 rigger from Holbein, and I'm going to get some dark color. We'll get a little bit of burnt sienna mixed in with ultramarine deep, maybe some Payne's gray, a little bit of Lutheran crimson. So now we're going to start putting in some trees now, and I'm going to start here. So the paper is a little bit wet, so all it's going to do is spread a little bit, but we'll just get started. I want to get some colors in here, get some shapes. These are those tall trees in the woods. As we go back around, be a little bit smaller and lighter. We get to the background. Now we build up some of these, building larger trees as I come forward. The regular brush does a great job on tree trunks. Load up with color, just drag it in. Very large trees in the foreground, and as you go back, they get a little bit smaller, of course. Show the depth in the painting. Yeah, I'm going to change brushes here. I'm going to get This is my number 8 round Holbein. Gives me maybe a little broader brush stroke. Filling these trees a little faster. So number 8 round. I'll use the rigger again for some of the smaller branches and some of the smaller trees. But in the meantime, get a little bit bigger. Using that same color mix, a little bit of burnt sienna, mixed in a little bit of ultramarine deep, and maybe a little bit of Payne's gray, even a little bit of Lucerne crimson mixed in. A nice dark color. This tree here is a little bit bigger. It's coming forward. There's big old trees, big old tall trees here. Now, using a photograph as a reference, it's you know, I've got some nice tall trees here which I like to draw and paint. On weekends I'm painting all the time. I love to go out in the woods and draw trees and lakes, water, pathways, lots of sunrises and sunsets. Okay, get a good start here. And let's come over here. I'll get this big. There's a big old tree here in the front ground, or in the foreground. A real big old tree. Mix up that darks. This one's leaning over a little bit. Don't want them to have them all in the same direction. You got to give a little variety here. This one's kind of leaning over a little bit, crossing over, which is good. A little variety in the shapes and sizes. Yeah, I'll put another tree out here, just on the edge a little bit. Kind of in the background. Okay. I'll go back to that rigger brush and get some of these smaller trees in the background. Yeah. Some of these branches I want to get out. I like these branches that come across. Using a rigger, gives me a nice line. And I got one coming over here. I want to get on this side. Comes over. Another branch coming this way. Okay, pretty good start there. The trees, nice big row of trees. Now I'm going to go ahead and put in some foliage. So I'm going to start with a mixture of yellow lemon, a little bit of burnt sienna, I think I'll start with a little bit of light green. So I'll put a little bit of ultramarine blue mixed in with that yellow lemon. And now I'm going to dry my brush where I take out all the paint and rough it up a little bit so I have a nice textured look here. And I think what I'll do also, I'm going to take, today I'm going to use a sponge. Pick up some of that yellow lemon. This is where the light's coming through the background. So using a sponge to give me some of that texture. There's some branches coming across here. Okay, I'm going to pick up some green now. Let's see, I got a bit of, start with that yellow. Now I'm going to pick up a little bit of Payne's Gray. Payne's Gray and yellow together gives me a green. Nice green. This sponge gives me a nice textured look of leaves and branches. Mix up some more of that yellow and blue. A little bit of ultramarine blue, a little bit of Payne's Gray mixed in with that yellow. Give me a nice green. A little bit darker. A little more Payne's Gray and with that yellow lemon. Alright, we'll shut up. Let's see. What I'll do is get a nice light gray, light gray color. A little bit of blue mixed in with a little bit of burnt sienna. A little darker on the sides. Using that sponge, got a nice texture look. Okay, now I'm going to put the pathway in. I'm going to do take a little bit of burnt sienna, take a dry brush, take a little bit of burnt sienna, yellow ochre, and come in here. I'm going to take a little brush here. Dab it up a little bit, tighten it up. Okay, now I'm going to put some figures in there. So I'm going to take, do be silhouette, so I'm going to make a little bit of dark here using Payne's Gray. Start with the head. And one more figure. Let's put some color in there. We'll put a little bit of. I think we'll use a little bit of blue here. Blue trousers. And maybe we'll put a little red top on here, a little red top. Make this lace a little bit longer. Let's see, a little blue over here. Bring this one down. Okay, a couple figures there in the woods. Okay, take a look at it real quick. Look it over. Let's see if I like it. Okay, then here, and I might put a little shadow. Let's see, a little shadow from the figures here. So we'll take a little bit of blue, a little bit of Payne's gray, and we'll put a little shadow in here. Take up a little bit of that shadow pattern. There we go. Make a light shadow. Okay, then I would take make some shadows on these trees. Let's see, I'll make a shadow down here. A little bit lighter. Over here. Yeah, I'm going to do one more little touch here. I'm going to bring these trees down a little bit more. So take a little bit of light brown. I'm going to bring these trees down a little bit more. Bring them down on the pathway. Okay, I think that'll do it. Okay, let's put a matte board around this and take a look at it for the finished painting. Okay, so that's the end of my sketch today. Let's put the matte board around it. And okay. So that's my painting today called Deep Woods, and a couple figures there, three figures in the painting. Deep Woods, painting done. Okay, let's go to my main camera. Okay, I've completed my painting today. I always loved doing trees, and especially in the woods, deep woods. And a few figures there gave me some interest there also. Walking in the woods like this with a patch of pine needles on the ground and the sun coming through the trees is very meditative, very peaceful, and if you get as many times as you want and taking a walk in the woods, to me it's a very soul enriching experience. So give me a like and a thumbs up if you like what I did today, and I'll be back again next week with another watercolor demonstration on Everett's Watercolors. And I also did Simply Drawing with Everett. Got a drawing out there to take a look at. So if you subscribe to my channel, you'll be notified of all my videos. I have over 950 videos out there on YouTube, so you can enjoy all the past paintings I've done and you do as many as you want. I got drawings and paintings, cards. Anyway, a big variety of everything. Okay, so I hope you enjoy that, and I'll see you on the next video. You all stay safe and stay hydrated. It's hot out there. So until next week, until next time, on the next video, bye.